Well, hello again, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak Stupendous Steve Frazier.
Well, thank you. Hello again.
And, well, we're releasing this on Steve's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
This is his birthday choice.
Yeah, I'm older now. Now I've caught up to you. We are both the same age now.
2 months apart. But, guys, we're doing a commentary for the original 1978 Piranha from Joe Dante. So, if you have your own copy of the film, turn your timestamp to 0, turn on the subtitles to follow along with us, and we'll sync up with a countdown. So, guys, in 3, 2, 1, play.
One of the reasons that I kind of wanted to do this one, not just because I love it, but also because it kind of, like, when I see this movie, I'm instantly brought back to my childhood.
Okay.
And it's over the summer, which, you know, birthday is like the beginning of summer, school's just out, right? And when I think of this movie, I think of like a late night sleepover with some buddies.
Okay.
And, you know, it's 11 o'clock and we're laying around and something like this comes on TBS or TNT or one of those, you know, it's a B movie. It's whatever. There were all those creature features, like Ants. There was one with Ants, had Suzanne Summers in it. And I was like, oh, that's the girl from Three's Company. There was like Tarantula, the Deadly Cargo. I own both of those on DVD now because, like, these terrible B movies. Death Race 2000 was one.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That was on.
Another corn classic.
Right. So, like, all of those, like, remind me of, like, birthday sleepovers and just my childhood. And I'm feeling old and nostalgic. So, so I was like, you know what? Let's do this. And then, by proxy, we have an excuse to do the remake starring my love, Elizabeth Shue, which we'll get to later. You know what I love about this movie, from a structure standpoint? We always talk about, well, we don't always, but we have in the past. We're nearing 200 of these for me. So the structure of the screenplay, right? And so you've got your Act 1, where you establish a main character, you establish an objective, and you establish some sort of antagonist or opposition, right? And according to the rule book, you have about 20 minutes before it gets long in the tooth, right? Like, you want to get in.
Start wasting people's time.
Right. So you want to establish your main character, you want to establish your threat, objectives. Your objectives, and your opposition to that objective. And at some point, you need, so you have to check those boxes, and then you need some sort of event, and I forget what the word is, like a causal event or inciting incident, that sets the wheels in motion for the journey, right? And there's the titties that they didn't show on TBS at 11 a.m. or p.m. rather.
Either.
Right, either one, right. And so all of that needs to happen in the first, 20-ish minutes. And what I really appreciate about this one is they get in and out, and you're set up, and we're in Act 2 after, 6-7 minutes in this one.
I mean, this still predates it, but this feels like a Friday the 13th movie in that regard.
It kind of does.
You set up your beginning kill, or the first film at the 50s summer camp or something else like that, and you just jump right into it. Like, okay, you've established a tone, established what the style of film is, the mood overall. We're right there.
And you've
gotten a little the satiation up front, so you can allow the story to have a little grace to go forward and develop whatever characters you're going to deal with.
Right, because you've teased the audience and let them know, a
little sampler.
Right. Now, I think maybe they borrowed a little bit from Jaws here in this opening sequence.
Oh, yeah, well, clearly. I mean, one, it's Corman.
Right.
He would look at what's big and kind of make it for
his budget.
Fraction of the cost.
His budget, right.
And this one comes out not even 2 months after Jaws 2.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'd much rather watch this one than Jaws 2, because Jaws 2, as we discussed,
What a sleeper!
That's a long in the tooth film. It's too much.
It is such a sleeper.
Snoozer, yeah.
We have a commentary for the Jaws franchise up through 4.
Yeah.
Have they done more than that? I don't think so. Okay.
No.
So we've done all 4 of the Jaws films. They're available in the archives if you want to go back and rewatch with us. And 2, we're sorry to say, 2's my least favorite of the 4.
It's got such a pacing issue.
And unfortunately, it pales in comparison to this. Like you just said, you'd rather watch.
This is a lean flick.
Right. What is this, 90 minutes soaking wet?
I doubt Corman made a film longer than 90 minutes ever.
Well, there you go.
You can afford more than that.
So what I was going to say is, we've already killed off our 2 red herring kind of characters, right? Like we don't know if these 2 are the main characters when it starts.
Could be, yeah.
Obviously not, because they're both chewed up.
Yeah, they're all.
And we don't even know what it is yet, right?
Right.
Like other than the title. Like if you weren't paying attention to the title.
And even then, we haven't gotten the title screen yet. Coming in the side.
Right. But part of the reason that these movies are so, there it is, are so good and right on the money as far as the structure goes, is that he had a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, here's $20 and some duct tape, go make a movie.
Well, that's close to what.
So,
we get a lot more things later.
Like you just have to start, and you don't have time to waste film and crew and actors. Dick Miller, that we're gonna get. Anybody else in this that I'm forgetting about? That's anybody? I don't think so. I think Dick Miller's the only one.
Not really, no.
So you just got to go, and you got to start, and you don't have time to dick around, right?
Right.
We don't have an elaborate setup.
Yeah.
Let's go, jump in the pool. Oh, look, here, this is fun. Oh, ow, ooh, ow, ow, now I'm dead.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I love this dang movie.
Go Van Leeuwen.
Was this Dante's first movie?
I believe it's his first feature film, yes.
Okay.
Because he'd been doing a lot of editing for Corman before this. He had trailers, some other features, I think.
Talk about the most, like old school.
Oh, yeah. Pre-Atari stuff.
Yeah. And it's a Jaws game, all right.
It's
Shark Jaws.
Jaws.
Right.
It's technically distinct. We don't need a license.
Right. Although there is that thing called confusingly similar.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a trademark law.
You could definitely sue on that regard.
I wonder if Hertz got a payday.
It's clearly being deceptive.
Right. Hertz Rent-A-Car. They might have thrown in a few bucks to Corman to be like, hey, put us in the movie. We'll help you finance a little. I doubt it.
Give you a few hundred, maybe.
Right.
Or we'll just give you the place for free. You don't have to pay for it or something.
Oh, that could be. Right. That could be.
Gratis.
Right. A little shooting location.
I mean, clearly they're in obviously an airport, but here and there. You can shoot in front of our place, use our logo.
Right.
All that.
I mean, it doesn't really look like an airport, but also...
It just kind of shows his hand, different little...
Well, how different was an airport...
Counters.
50 years ago compared to now. Oh. Unbelievable.
Sure.
Just anybody walks in and out. All you need is a little paper ticket to get on the airplane. Mm-hmm. There's no oversight. There's no anything.
This is a nice... How'd you like to be on the tarmac for that shot?
Do you think they put a person, or did they just roll footage and got out of the way?
They might have just battened the thing down on some sandbags or something.
Right. Hit go and then get out of the way.
Yes.
I think that
still you got to be responsible for that. Corman ain't going to pay to replace that shit.
No, but I don't imagine a scenario where they put a person.
The budget of some movies he's made.
Sure. Oh, Wild Turkey he's got. That's popular. The outfit on this guy tells you everything you need to know about where they're at, right?
Yeah.
All the good stuff. I wish I could wear a hat like that. My head is so giant that, like, all hats look terrible on me. I can't wear a ball cap. Oh, the long hair doesn't help either.
And he gets all matted down. It looks weird when you take it off after a few hours.
Right. Well, it's also hard to wear a hat with long hair and, like, find a style that
functions.
Right, because, like, your head is covered, but your hair is exposed still.
Right.
So it looks weird. Now I could pony and then ball cap, but I don't know. It
doesn't feel like
it doesn't.
Style.
No. I love that hat though. Living off the river. And you know, I'm such a city boy.
Oh yeah. This rustic thing.
That I don't... Like, I respect the hell out of these people that live on the water, you know, and, like, small town living, simple life, living off the land. Like, I love the idea. I think it looks beautiful. It sounds like a ton of work. Give me the city. You know, even the suburban city is fine. You know, like, I need to be within 15 minutes of a grocery store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Straight. I need to drive no hour.
Right. Like, I don't even want...
I forgot the bread.
Like, right. Like, I don't want to live in a rural town. Like, the rural town can be a rural town, but it better have a Walmart in it where I can, I can go and get things that I need within 15 minutes. Not to say that I'm a Walmart shopper, because I really don't go there a lot.
Make a store.
Right. But if I'm in a small town, Walmart is an oasis of safety. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
God,
when I'm traveling.
I'm looking for Christ's sake.
Look at that beautiful fishy. And look at the beautiful Folgers. Oh, yeah, well done, sir. Just straight full fish. No, I'm more of a fillet it and bread it kind of person, but... Okay, maybe I'm being a little too, parsing the language a little here, but I always thought skip tracers were, people that, like, missed a court appearance, or, like, were at large with the law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just a missing person.
Yeah, more like an FBI deal or something.
Well, I mean, it could be like a bounty hunter situation.
Yeah, something along that line. Just someone's hunting for someone who's absconded.
Right. Somebody who's gone AWOL.
Yeah.
But for legal reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just
criminal.
Not just missing.
Criminal stuff, yeah.
Right. So, I don't know, am I being too critical to say, like, that a skip tracer wouldn't...
It's an odd thing. It's like, oh, my kids are missing. I'm going to call some weird agency to hunt them down. So, like, the
police. Right.
The state police or something, you know?
And now this person just says... tells a random person, like, she's just knocking on doors and giving orders.
This Jeep sucks. There's no shocks on it at all.
I do love a Wrangler, but this one...
Damn, this thing's not in good shape.
Well, she's also not driving on the road.
Right, but Lord, you'd think an off-road vehicle would be a little bit more... Well, better designed
Capable?
than that.
Capable? Yeah.
These two are they got such good chemistry.
Is it?
And it's a nice contrast. He's been this kind of leave me alone in the hills.
Yep.
I've had some things go down in my life.
Simple living, right.
a little cantankerous, and she's kind of the upbeat city girl to a certain degree, and she's
carrying a hatchet,
fire and everything, and resourceful. You're just like, fuck this.
Well, it does take a certain personality to be a skip tracer and go out look for, because again, you'd be the type of person that's going after somebody who, you know, jumped bail, you know, or fled town.
Inventive in what you're doing and be very kind of driven.
Right, little PI kind of.
Yeah.
And he's like so fed up already.
Yeah. So go back. He just wanted to be left alone with his booze.
Right, like and that was where my point was going before, is he's so off the path that he has to have the riverman bring him liquor.
Yeah, you don't want him driving the fucking town.
Does he even own a vehicle? We don't know. Like we took her vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a clue. Not they were here, right? Like,
sure, yeah.
Now there's a random fact that wouldn't normally come up.
Yeah.
Maybe it would. You know, if you're investigating and you say, all right, give me some details about the kids.
Yeah, and what they're intended to come up here for, too.
Right. Which is interesting. The idea that you could... Oh,
rabbit.
That's a live bunny. Ooh, cheers. It's not still warm.
Oh, no, it's not warm.
I mean, it might be, because there was that guy there, so...
Okay, yeah, sure, yes.
Oh, that's a baby. That's a baby human, I think, in that bubbling away. Oh, what is this?
Damn good piece of stop motion work, I tell
you. Little creature there, yeah.
It was done by Phil Tippett, who ended up doing the stuff for RoboCop later on.
No kidding.
He'd been working on Star Wars trilogy.
I mean, that looks real as hell.
He was working with ILM. ILM was employed by this, but they employed Tippett specifically because he did some other work and a little bit of work on Star Wars, and he worked much more in the sequels. But yeah, he did all the Ed 209 stuff. RoboCop.
That's awesome.
Phenomenal.
I kind of forgot about this little aspect where, you know, they're
laboratory.
They're, you know, manipulating the genetics and the DNA and.
It's good creature work, man. Fucking terrifying.
Well, yeah. I mean, to think that they're like genetically altering.
Yeah.
For the sake of, well, we don't know what their purpose is.
We will, but yeah, sure.
Right, I'm saying the viewer at this point.
We're at the story now.
What? His belt buckle.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
It says Texas.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure. Like, obviously, it's a giant ass, like, Texas-sized belt buckle.
They did shoot this in Texas, I believe it was, yeah.
Oh, maybe, okay.
I believe they said it was in Texas.
Oh, I forgot. That guy's somebody.
Kevin McCarthy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mr.
Person, yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Body Snatchers.
He was in the Body Snatchers. Joe Dante uses him a lot through the next decade. He's in The Howling. He's in his segment of Twilight Zone, the movies, in Inner Space.
All right. I thought there was somebody else in this that was somebody.
I don't know why I blanked off my memory. I guess his credit came after Dick Miller, so I just blanked out.
Yeah, probably not as main of a role. So
no, he's not in the film as much, but he's a well-known entity. I mean, the original Body Snatchers are like 20-some-odd years before this.
Right.
So he's
and
established as a star.
And was this before or after the remake?
Same year.
Well, I know.
A couple months ahead of it, yeah.
Ahead of it, okay. Because I know he's got the cameo in that.
Hit in December. This was August.
Okay. So, So, isn't it interesting from just a story point of view that they go into this place, they don't say, obviously, this is an active scene of something, people are actually doing things, and she just goes, oh, let's drain it.
Yeah.
Like,
without knowing really what's going on.
Well, right. No discussion, no anything. She just takes it upon herself.
Yeah.
And it just drains to the river.
Mm-hmm.
He's so over her. Like, what kind of mess have you gotten me into? And the windshield was already broken when we first saw it, so...
Oh, that's a nice stunt.
And now it's really broken. Yeah, that was a nice stunt, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That... You know, for these, like, low-budget movies...
Yeah.
It's well done, I think. This, I mean, it's kind of terrifying, right? Like, you kind of feel like this guy, and you're like, what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
You'd think that he'd, like, explain a little bit. Maybe he's just in shock and panicked or whatever, but... I mean, how hard is it to formulate a sentence that says...
Well, the fact that, we had warm coffee, he's clearly falling asleep at the wheel. He probably hasn't slept worth a piss, and who knows?
Well, that could be.
It feels like it anyway, so he's probably frazzled and everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, it just felt like since he was kind of dozing off at the wheel, it probably just shows a fatigue on his end.
Well, he's also a mad scientist as well, so...
Something, yeah.
I mean, haven't really established...
what his role is.
Right, what the organization is, or... Yeah. The hierarchy. Is he acting alone? Yeah, you already understand everything about both of these people just based on such little conversation. And this is back at his house then?
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't know. I guess so.
It has to be, right?
Yeah,
it has to be. Why is the milk just sitting out on the counter there? I don't. And he's got the Alpo, but does he have a dog? Have we seen their dog?
I don't think so.
I don't think we've seen a dog, but he's got an open bag of Alpo. Well, okay, so maybe it's not his house. If the daughter lives with him...
Mm.
But...
Well, the daughter's at the camp across the lake.
Oh, right. Got it. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, this is an interesting set. Interesting way of life that this man lives.
On a raft.
That's right.
We've been on a raft.
Well...
Sounds like a bit of a different outcome.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit, yeah. This is our second raft effort. Creepshow 2 has a Stephen King story called The Raft. Also available in the archives if you're so inclined.
Yes. I'd be a little iffy about stepping on these things.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it's one of those, like, in theory, this looks great, but is it going to hold up? You know, if we hit a little bit of a rapid, am I going to go ass over tea kettle?
Right. How much weight does it carry?
And I do appreciate all of the little moments where people are dipping a toe or a hand or something in the water. Both when it's time for peril and when it's not, because it does kind of help establish that we don't know which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
And as a viewer, it subtly makes you afraid of the water.
Right. It's part of that Hitchcock idea. It's like if you just have two people sitting at a table and a bomb goes off, well, there's not much to that. But if you show the bomb underneath the table, that creates an underlying tension for the whole scene.
Right.
So they just have these little things that people just like even tip a toe in there, or they're just right above the water level. It creates a apprehension.
And also, kind of brilliant that they made the girl afraid to swim.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty simple, but
it creates a feeling like there might be an arc where she finally does get in there and something horrible happens to her.
Right, so. Right. Nick! Balls. Oh, no, guts. Right. Girl. She's a girl.
He understands the assignment here.
Well, yes. Terrible human, but...
Yeah.
But that actor, yes, he got it.
Yeah, that's Paul Bartel. He's a Corman regular. More as a filmmaker than anything else. Yeah. He would do the film Eating Raoul, which ends up being like this black comedy that gets in the Criterion Collection. And he also has a cameo with Mary Warnoff in Chopping Mall, right at the beginning of the whole film.
Oh, really?
They're rolling their eyes at the presentation of the Killbots.
Okay. Okay. Look at that jalopy up there with no door and a chair in the trunk. Like this.
I have a feeling they didn't have to dress anything. They just found it the way it was.
Well, that could be. This is like the poster child of river people.
Oh yeah.
And I grew up in a town with a river.
Yeah.
And there are, neighboring towns that share the river.
Yeah.
And I know river people.
Uh-huh.
My mom had a friend that was a river person. Now, it was in a big city, but the neighborhood was little shacks along the river. Like, oh, This is our first chew now since the beginning, so we're about a half hour in.
That, again, gets you on edge.
Yeah, because you didn't really see it coming. I mean...
No, just with her in the
tickle there.
Finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's right on top of that. He's good, man. He's really good.
Has he ever done anything where he didn't play this guy, though?
Probably. I mean, I was going to say earlier, it's about the same as his cameo in Body Snatchers 78.
Right.
Just hysterical and insane. But yeah, he's played enough, like
normal people?
Proper comedy roles and stuff like that all over the place. He's probably got easily over 100 credits, I'd bet.
Wasn't a dog. You know, old boy there on the left.
Bradford Dillman.
Yeah, he makes a good point that, I mean, tropical fish has a certain connotation to it that, you know, you think of the little, you know, Nemo and various other bright colored things.
Oh, yeah.
But piranha, you know, are traditionally found in the Amazon and that area, which right along the equator is fucking tropical. You know, so you don't really, like, it's funny, you don't, when you think tropical fish, you think bright, shiny, beautiful, colorful things. Right. And look at it, there's some fillets there. Is that, that's a hat. There's the hat I like. Maybe I can take it now. He's not going to need it. Oh, that's right. He was like chumming the water with he was feeding the fish with the other fish.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
What a thing of beauty.
Yeah, what the hell is his name?
The Riverman?
No, the special effects guy. He's same guy worked on Gremlins and The Fly. We talked about him. I forgot to name the dude. Special effects. Chris Wallace.
Not to be confused with Chris Wallace on the news, who's the son of Mike Wallace. Different guy. No relation.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I buy that guy had plastic birds and flamingos and shit in his yard, though. You know what I mean? He doesn't seem like a...
No.
Love that.
Yeah.
What a classic camp thing, right?
Yeah.
Like... And this is also, now this, like you said, this is before Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah.
But it's kind of the same feeling, right?
Yeah,
like summer campy.
I felt even the score feels like a Manfredini bit. I didn't catch who did the one on this one. Pino Donaggio? Never heard of him. Italian.
Sure. Very.
Worked with De Palma a bunch, I guess. Wikipedia had to break down his filmography in about freaking 6 decades here, so he's been...
And which guy is this?
The composer.
The composer had films in 6 different decades? Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Love that. He's got a Coca-Cola. This is good times right here.
He does Dress to Kill, The Howling, Blowout, Body Double. So yeah, a lot of stuff for these folks. Delves back into some Italian stuff.
Now, what's to prevent you from pulling your hand out of the water? You know what I mean? I don't quite understand the...
Maybe a tad bit, yeah.
Like... I like whatever that noise is.
Oh yeah, the sound design works so... Because they got pissed all money on this thing.
Right.
The way they have to do the effects with the piranhas, like one editor, Mark Goldblack, who goes on to work with he's like an editor on T2 and a whole bunch of other things. He's one of the best, becomes one of the best editors in the field. He's talking about the whole thing. It's okay, we had so little footage. Sometimes I either had to use the same footage and flip it and blow it up to make it look like a different piece of work.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is just fishes on sticks.
Oh, really?
A bunch of sticks. They had 4 of them where they could kind of do the little
mouth thing, yeah,
mouth stuff and everything like that. But most of it just stick a pole in the thing and just wobble it around a little bit. So,
can you imagine 3 or 4 guys underwater all holding fish sticks?
Yeah.
Fish sticks?
Fish sticks. Well, breaded.
Right. Trust the Gordon's fishermen.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, that sound design does so much work for it. Because if it's just, when you think about I don't know how the fuck this is going to work on screen.
Well, right. And the other thing is, though, it completely defies all logic. Because fish don't make noise.
No, they don't.
But they added a noise that sounds like a bunch of nibbling. Swarming and nibbling.
Yeah.
No, you put them in the river, bitch. That's probably also true.
Yeah, that sounds very, very much on that level. Very Vietnam, too.
Right.
Very much.
So now is this our midpoint? Not quite.
No,
okay.
No.
I thought maybe the realization that they were going to get to the kids is...
I have a strong feeling where the midpoint is.
Okay. It's been a minute since I've watched this.
Sure.
I was just trying to go by feel, know? And I thought, the realization... The midpoint is usually a pivot in the objective. It could be a...
As they were talking about military government, when those entities enter the film, that's about halfway through the film.
Got it.
So
that makes sense.
Shifts the dynamics.
But you can see why I thought that, right? Because now they have a different objective.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
So...
motivate them towards something.
Right. I'm with that guy, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Fuck me.
Really?
It contained this little pool that had a fence around it, had signs on it. No one's supposed to go in here.
Right.
It's not my damn fault.
You broke in. You touched the shit. This woman here is Maggie. She is the villain in this movie.
Yeah, she pulled the fucking trigger out knowing what the fuck she's doing.
Right. She's it. Throw her in the water.
It's the person that lets the virus loose or some shit.
Campion. Well, it wasn't him. He just... we'll get there.
There it is.
That little visual cue is all you need, right?
It works.
Now, piranha don't actually behave this way
I'm sure,
in the wild.
As these are mutated...
Sure.
Freaks of nature. I mean, you can bend the reality.
Well, of course, and all you need is a little bit of backstory, the scientists and the government came in and wanted a weapon, right?
Yeah.
That noise.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
And the little teeth.
Oh yeah, just
it's so chaotic. You don't get a visual, right? You don't get a focus.
Ooh.
It is. It's nerve. It just gets you shivering.
Yeah.
Because
again, if you took the audio out, it wouldn't have the same effect.
I agree. I don't even know what... It's like a swarming noise.
Yeah.
And the guy sacrificing himself...
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whirl?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the word is. It's a warble.
Warble sounds about right.
There was a shitload of blood. I don't know. I don't know if
quite covers it.
Right. One hand does not know what the other one's doing on that particular injury, but that's fine. It's like in Halloween 2 when they go into the room and all of the blood's on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And it's like the amount of blood from 3 humans that's on the floor.
From one guy.
But it was just one person. Like the body's only got 10 pints of blood in it or something.
Sure.
And they dumped a 5-gallon bucket.
Here we go.
I don't know how I feel about this kid right now. Because he's lost his dad.
And not much of a reaction right now.
And he also has been through the trauma of...
Yeah, he should be kind of curled up.
The man,
having a little
the dead man next to him has sacrificed himself for him.
Yeah, as much as the establishment they had for it, he says it's his dad.
Right. Oh, and now they're eating away at the raft. What a great little tension moment, right?
Because the blood is dripping out from his hand into the water. That's what's attracting him. And for this one, they couldn't figure out how to do the sequence without the poles and the puppet hands and everything. So they rammed the poles down the gullet of the fish and did from up top.
Oh, I see.
Can't tell.
You can't tell.
No.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What? God damn it! I love it. Like this low budget. Let's find a way. We don't have computers. There's no goddamn.
No. Well, even like Goldblatt was saying in the documentary, we don't have any ability to just paint the thing out or composite something else on top of it. We don't have that ability. The technology doesn't exist for it. If they try to do this, a bunch of optical composites look like Jaws 3D. I mean,
which is better than Jaws 2.
Yeah.
I said it.
Well, it's that's the Corman School of Filmmaking. He doesn't just bring people on there to do things dirt cheap. He finds
innovative ways,
frugal ways of making a dollar stretch. Make the most for what you have, and learn skills and talents and ingenuity in how to make these things on a tight schedule, on a tight budget. Think fast.
This is so great. This sequence of are we going to make it to shore?
Yeah,
the boards are falling off one at a time.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I first saw this movie when I was probably 10 years old.
Okay.
And I'm, it's 11 and midnight or whatever,
sure.
And you're watching TV and it's like, oh my God, this is the coolest damn thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up in a horror movie generation.
Yeah.
We both did. I don't know how early you started watching them, but by 10, I'd seen everything. And, here was this free movie right on TV that scared the shit out of me. I don't want to go in the river that's, half a mile from my house, right? I never want to go.
Jaws scared you out. This one's petrified.
Right.
Because at least with the shark, you kind of see it coming. These things, no fucking clue.
Well, that's the thing. They always talk about how the shark and Jaws made people afraid to go in the ocean.
Yeah.
And
sure.
there were people that were afraid to go in their swimming pools, which made no sense.
It's just a phobia all over again.
But this, to me, in a way, is scarier.
Yeah. Because at least, again, for the shark to get up high enough, typically you're going to see the fin.
Right.
So at least there's more times than not, if you're up on the surface, you probably got at least an indicator. With these little suckers, they're just going to come out of nowhere.
Well, right. Everything that's scary about this is everything that's scary about the real world ocean. We don't know what's in there.
No. We don't really belong there.
Right.
We're invading the territory.
So now the government has gotten word. I don't know how.
I don't know.
How would they know that the secret operation was bungled in whatever way? You know what I mean? Like that. All right, I might have a little logical fallacy here.
Unless we're jumping ahead here and he contacted somebody, but...
Got Miss Pantsuit ready to go. And all those men are...
Old chum.
All those army men are reserve men.
Like a lamb or something?
Yeah, maybe a beef hide. When I saw all the soldiers line up, they were all middle-aged men. I'm like, that's not real. Like,
no.
Like you get 20-year-olds in the army.
Yeah.
That was that. And I do like that they don't show you, right? Like it's just...
Yeah.
You didn't need the...
No.
The visual...
Because that's not a threat. It's a dead piece of meat. Who cares?
Right. You showed your point. You didn't need to show the scare tactic. Because then...
You're not afraid of the fucking dead piece of meat.
Right. Right. Them, eating away at the raft one at a time is like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think that means we need to kill you. I don't think that's how that works.
She's evil government lady for sure. She's works for the U.S. government. She's got a British accent. I mean, you're
right.
You're not above board.
Right. Fish can go both ways.
Yes.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of the dam if there's another way around?
Kinda.
I mean, I don't know a lot about civil engineering and that kind of thing, but I mean, I grew up fishing and on water and boats and stuff, so just not in that dang river. I wouldn't go in the river after watching this shit. Did you hear that story? This is a local story. For anybody that's not local, there was recently the police department of the town I grew up in opened their cold case files.
All right.
And there was a woman that had gone missing in the early 80s.
All right.
And they had reason to believe that her car went into the river.
Surely.
And so they brought in this outside team, like a dive team that has new technology, right? And lo and behold, they found the woman's car and her remains in it in the river after 40 years or something. And it was literally like underneath where we launched our boat when I was a kid.
Oh my God!
In the river where I was afraid of these piranha.
Lord.
So.
Spooky.
It was kind of spooky. It was like, she wasn't very far from where we were all swimming and boating and doing all the things.
No idea.
It was local news for Chicago, even though it was
on the outskirts.
Yeah. I didn't know if you'd seen it,
no, I hadn't.
but yeah, I mean, like my parents' generation and some of my friends' parents. Like remembered the case and were up on it, And I'm just thinking about the river, you know, and it's the same river that I was like afraid to swim in because of these dang piranha. But we were in a boat, and sure. You know, driving around, and there was this, you know, this poor woman in her car, not very far from where we were, the whole time. Creepy. I don't know.
Love that bit.
That's a great line, by the way.
What a piece of cake. That typically wouldn't be the thing you'd put in your mind as a screenwriter in 1978.
Well, it was written as a joke, though. You know what I mean? It was dismissive. But yes, it's hilarious.
And she's so good.
Oh, dear.
That's topical. Superman comes out a couple months after this.
Sure it does. The little, like, 3 frames of breast there, which didn't even need to be hers, because they didn't. No. It wasn't her face. It was a close up of the breast. Oh, yeah. It could have very well been the same boobs from the girl at the beginning.
Possibly.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
This is what the camp counselor says.
A fucking...
Oh, and your kid doesn't have any guts, by the way.
Cantankerous ass. He's a more cantankerous ass than Grogan is.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
Like, this guy's in charge of all the kids?
This guy's in charge. He's reading the fucking tabloids at night, too.
Right. The Inquirer or whatever.
Yeah. If anyone's going to believe a bunch of fucking mutated fish are in the fucking sea, in the fucking river,
that's another great... That's another great screenwriting thing, right? Like, the circumstances that we've been thrust into are rather unbelievable. Oh, yeah. You know, and the average person is not want to believe what anybody is saying, let alone someone of ill repute like Mr. Grogan.
Yeah.
Even though, out of all the characters in this whole movie, he is the most respectable.
Yeah, Grogan.
Grogan.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't stop people. Like, we've set up the character, and we've set it up enough, including the original scene where he gets a delivery of 5 bottles of alcohol, where it creates a sense of, it kind of discredits his character.
Oh, yeah. Drunkard on the river.
And therefore, you have a built-in...
friction.
Right. Like, it's the story tells itself that nobody believes him, right?
Yeah. And of course, the irony is, he's probably the most sober he's probably ever been.
Right,
God
exactly. Guns and ammo, we've got...
Headquarters detective.
Pierre the Flasher something, I can't quite read the last name, Gwinnell? But the Flasher.
The Flasher.
Right. Look at look at on the right.
It's the same one.
It's the same one.
Oh, just Xerox
replicated.
The shit out of that shit.
They didn't even bother making new ones.
No, that's how you save the money.
Any good little Easter eggs on the wall there?
Is that?
It might say nacho. I don't know. I can't tell. There's a bunch of swastikas. Now, the cop has been told by the other guy that they were telling the truth, right? And that he wanted them to detain them. That's right?
I didn't catch that.
Okay. Because it sounded like the guy that he was on the phone with was the guy up at the plant. What a common thing at a camp, right? To have ghost story time. That may very well be another Corman flick.
Probably. There he is.
Look at all that Coca-Cola.
It's got the stilts, too.
He's painting the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm saying.
That's how they used to do it.
Oh, yeah?
What an odd pant-shirt combo. It's like the same, but not. He's got like a houndstooth up top, or down low. Very faint stripe up top. That's weird. And that ascot that isn't tied up. Regular Mr. Furley. And just the little insert shot to remind you why we're here.
Yeah.
Because it's been a minute since we've had any water scenes.
Yeah.
Water is so much scarier at night, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you literally cannot see a damn thing.
You already don't know what's in there, and then all of a sudden it looks like ink, and you're like, it's dark, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like so much scarier at night. Oh, you're going to go swimming? And I don't know if you caught it there, that she lifted up her blouse and a titty came out, which I imagine that the folks over at TBS had to really edit down a little bit, you know.
Little trims here and there.
Yeah. But what's so brilliant is they didn't have to trim much of the chewing and the blood.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, that was...
Not really. I mean, they're not really showing body parts that much.
I don't recall if they showed the chewed up feet of the hat.
That's what I was going to say.
The hat
or
man.
maybe they cut that in a little later than you cut into that shot a little later.
Did they put them in the same...
No, they're separate.
Separates? Why would you have told him about Mo Schneider? Emergency. No writing on the walls, that's nice. Oh, there was a Piranha story on the cover of that magazine. Baby Jesus. What's the matter with it? Like, not what did you do to it?
Yeah,
or,
right.
You know, like, clearly it wasn't like that. Oh, there we go. You need a bigger piece than that. I think. Well, take his pants off. There you go. See, I could have written this movie. It just looked like she picked the cute little boxer shorts. It looks like, she could have picked a bigger piece of lid to really bash him with. I don't know how long this guy would be knocked out. I mean, usually it's only 30 seconds. Not that I know anything about knocking people out, but...
Yeah, cranial trauma.
Sure. It stopped leaking. Did you notice that the water stopped? Maybe she turned it off. Maybe he turned the thing off. That could be.
That's
the pants. Yeah, that's great. What a great little shot. This looks like the most expensive shot so far.
Yeah.
Although they're up on the thing. You notice they're just up in one of the...
Probably, yeah.
They're just in one of the little rides.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So never mind. Because it's one of those, ski lift kind of attractions. Yeah. And what is it that Dick Miller is opening up? Some kind of... I don't remember if they said what it was. That.
Some sort of resort.
Oh, that could be, yeah. Guy's there with a little baby pointing like, hey, baby, pay attention to this guy. Look at that gold pantsuit. He's got his beautiful ascot on. Love the giant scissors. Nice try, kid. The guy with the baby is really excited.
There's in some way they did up Dick Miller. It looks like Murray Hamilton from Jaws, the mayor.
Well, sure, yeah.
He's got a certain same look to him, the way they did his hair, the way they kind of...
Made him smarmy?
Smarmy, yeah. Just his look overall. No, it's
sure.
Not the same look. There's a certain similar look.
Like a vibe, yeah.
Certain similar thing they did with him, because... Like in Jaws, he's got the jacket with like the anchors and stuff like that. He's kind of dressed up a little bit fabulous to a certain degree.
Yeah. Just a little extra.
Yeah.
Fabulous. What if he's gay? Well, then I'll distract him. Great line.
It is.
Minnows and guppies, all right. All of this feels so, like, back then. Like, I feel like none of this whole summer camp could happen today.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just so... Like, nobody had ever let kids let's just go to the archery range and everybody just shoot arrows and everyone just go swim whenever you want. And,
there's 150,000 freaking qualifiers and conditions,
and releases and insurance.
Right, I can't let you do that.
Right, nobody. We can't have boys and girls
we're not
happening.
Doing this together.
Right, they can't have boy counselors and girl counselors and
intermingling.
Right, no, that can't be.
No. Everything. The world spoiled everything. You tell us the 70s, no one's wearing a seatbelt.
Well, no. I don't even know why they put him in the car. He might have a lap one on. Can't tell.
Yeah. His doesn't even look like it's even looped up on there.
No.
Hers
is, and it's...
just cut it off and threw it away.
Yeah, right. Now, fuck this. We don't need that. My dad still doesn't wear a seatbelt sometimes. Yeah, I just called him out right now. He's 70 years old. Great little musical number there.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little melodic do-do-do with a little threat.
More Disney. A little Daffy, a little Bugs. There's a Superman down there. I think they just didn't have to get permissions or pay anyone for this shit.
Well, no.
Now everyone's like, I want my money.
Right, you pay me for the...
You pay me. If you want your shit involved, there's some cash over here. Otherwise, I got a million generics on standby right now.
Yeah, and then at some point it went from we'll pay you to you pay me. You know? Here we got a little action movie happening here. Little Dukes of Hazzard's Smokey and the Bandit style. Yeah. He's got a gun?
He's got a gun. That's
a loaded gun.
I'm not getting that in today.
Like, right.
Maybe a flare gun you could get in, but even that.
Like, I like the idea of, you know, the races and the relay race. Mm-hmm. And you got to start, but how about a whistle?
Yeah.
A whistle won't murder anybody accidentally. No. Can you imagine going to a summer camp in 2025 and a counselor has a gun?
Yeah.
Holy shit. They'd be closed tomorrow.
Fucking William Friedkin as your camp counselor.
Well,
that would be some trauma, wouldn't it?
I mean, it'd be entertaining as hell. But there's the little shadow fish.
There we go. That's some Dukes action there.
Yep.
Just the good old boys.
They never mean no harm, though.
No. That little digital swarm was kind of not great, but you know that's fine. Optical effect.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no digital. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
It didn't look great, but he's just got his shirt on. Look at that.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it right in the vagine.
Mm-hmm.
He's little nibbling at the thigh.
Yeah.
Little kid's about to lose his pecker there. This is bad times in America. I love the counselor guys just
full kit in their boys.
There you go. He's just got his full outfit on, standing in the river.
Yeah.
Oh, it jumped right out and bit his face. Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
That's a preview for the sequel with the flying fish.
The James Cameron classic, Piranha 2. Thank you very much. So this right here is exactly what I love about all cinema, where they did the taboo and they tried to kill the kids. Because nobody tries to kill kids. They'll kill dogs and for sympathy, but something about killing kids is just off limits, you know? But we'll nibble their asses right here. You can stick a 10-year-old in the water and we'll eat that ass.
Jesus.
It's 1978. We don't give a shit. This is so terrifying. I never want to go in the water ever again.
Right.
The hand on the fish is so good.
Yeah.
Just, there's not much that's in focus, but when they do put something in focus, it really just, Oh, yeah, get one with a bottom. I like that. This is a smart kid. Even though her dad's a drunk. Can you imagine how much those little bite wounds would hurt?
Oh, my God.
Like, just getting one, like something nibbled out of your arm or your leg. Are Is everybody else trying to get out of the water, or are they just floundering? No pun intended.
I really don't know what the hell you actually do in this situation. I mean, you're not really in a flotation device that's designed to
protect
move about.
You, right? Or it's protect you, or
be steered around,
right? Like this girl. Right. But she's gonna go save the people that she likes. You know what I mean? She ain't saving the bullies. She ain't gonna save him. Maybe I don't know, that they put these little water filters in the water to make it bubble up. You know, just to kind of show...
Yeah, a little action.
Right. Oh no. Oh no. You see just some fish around her? You just see a glimpse.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, apparently behind the scenes...
I don't know how deep that water is, but they made it look like it was fucking...
Yeah. Well, apparently behind the scenes, to get the things to stick on her, they put a gaffer's tape on her, which typically is pretty harmless stuff, but apparently it just swelled up her entire chest.
Oh, really?
It was just awful. And they asked for a reshoot.
Oh, no.
After they got the dailies, we don't want to reshoot that.
Poor girl. She gets eaten twice. I don't imagine there's a lot of take 2 and take 3 in this movie.
Oh, God, no. I mean, they were saying, especially with the special effects, we were testing things 2 seconds before we rolled camera. Just had no time to really do anything. Just throw it together and try to make it, hope it's going to work out.
So it's like a theme park / resort?
Because I read that right before production began... Because apparently the thing costs around...
He's got a phone in a suitcase like it's fucking Vietnam. You know, the backpack phone they carry around.
Oh, yeah. Apparently the thing costs about $600K.
Okay.
And supposedly, Corman cut the budget by $200K before they started production. Because he was allocating funds to something else at the time.
So $600 is what they spent.
$600,000 is the base of what they spent on the film.
So he cut it. So it was originally $8.
Probably around 8 or so, maybe more. But
okay.
Give $200,000 to some film called Avalanche, which I've never heard of.
You've never seen Avalanche?
No.
I've seen Avalanche. I'm telling you, I went through this whole run of
Robert Forster.
Yeah, okay. Forster's in it. It's about people at a ski resort, and there's an avalanche.
It only costs $6.5 million. This thing didn't cost $1.
This is a tenth.
And this Avalanche gets released a week and a half later or some shit. It didn't make the money back on it either, apparently. Well, I guess Corman's got to cash in on the disaster craze. It ain't going to be fucking 3 hours either.
Right. Okay, so I got out the inflation calculator.
Yeah.
So $600,000 in 1978 is the equivalent of $2.95 million today.
I was aiming a little higher than that, maybe about 3.5.
So 295, so under $3 million.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could crowdfund $3 million.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Under the right circumstances, yeah.
I saw that happen to somebody in real life once. Laughed my fucking ass off. He's got Lone Star Beer T-shirt.
Like the captain here. Here's Neil.
She's got to be around somewhere. That guy's got a Coors Light shirt. Or maybe it's Coors proper. He didn't look like he was 21. Then again, back in the 70s, you know, you could have been 19, but you look 36.
Or you could have been 23 and look 40.
Well, right. I mean, it just...
Never know. That kid back there, he's
look at that cast.
Cast kid's 32.
Right, well, yeah, at least. If he's a day.
There you go. Yeah, the second unit's getting some good stuff here.
Yeah, I need you to...
That's bear in mind if they fucking had a second unit.
No, that. I have a feeling that was stock footage that they found in a warehouse somewhere. Especially the ones that were just road footage and no car. Like, could be anybody driving anywhere. Sure. Could have been from 1961. Just, we need this out of a vault somewhere.
Road movie. Leftover footage from Vanishing Point or something.
Sure. Now, this is even further downstream than the camp,
yeah.
Right? Okay. Stupid cow! Wow.
Ooh, she's right behind you.
She's behind you. Good God. Limit 18. What do we got? I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I counted 14, so under the limit. We're good. Yeah. There's something I could never do.
Oh.
I tried it, and I just couldn't get the hang of it. Now, the tube, like we did the tube a lot. The boat pulling the tube, the inner tube.
Okay.
Did that all the time, but the ski I could never get the hang of.
I don't think I'd work out very well.
And she's only on one, too, so it's...
Yeah, the single. I don't know, I think I'd just be too spooked.
Like, the tube, though, that shit was fun. I really wish that I could do this. Like a...
Yeah, a proper dive.
Right. But... because of my ear problems, my equilibrium and whatever, because my eardrum ruptured when I was a kid.
The pressure.
I can't go more than 6-7 feet deep before it's so painful that...
That's not going to get you anywhere.
Right. And, I realize these people only go down, maybe 20 feet at max, but if I want to go down to like a shipwreck or something, like, which would be really cool, I just...
Essentially impossible.
Right. I have to limit myself to a snorkel. I can't do a full dive.
Yeah.
There's the swarming warble, and they didn't even have to do anything.
No.
You didn't need any fish on a stick. No fish sticks in that scene.
No. This guy's a...
Look at the slack, though. Look at the slack in the...
Yeah.
That's false.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This guy knows what the fuck he's
Weren't there
doing.
also... This happened in Jaws 3, right? Like the water show, and they had all the ladies on the skis.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some titty shots.
Corman knows what people want to come to see, man.
Well, right. I mean...
He's got to have a quota.
I mean, they weren't exposed, but it was just a close-up.
There we go.
Look at that. Oh, that's so good. But again, the bubbling is like a little weird,
scuba
right?
Diver.
Oh, right. Isn't it interesting that a guy and two girls go out on a boat, and the guy is the one skiing, and the girls are driving the boat? Like, I don't know. Just doesn't seem like the typical scenario.
I don't know. Macho guy wants to show he can hang out there.
Well, that could be. And there they come. There they come. Oh, whoop. A narrow escape. Look at that. See, that's good filmmaking.
Yeah.
That's storytelling right there. Why is that man wearing a helmet? Why is that man pouring gasoline into the lake?
That's the fucking stunt spectacular there.
And why did his boat explode? I was in a boat accident once. Ever tell you that story?
I think so, yeah.
Well, we got broadsided by a drunken driver, drunken boater.
Yeah, you did.
And the boat contrary to popular belief, did not explode just like that on immediate impact. I did not survive an explosion. Look at she is horribly sunburned.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that ass. Eat that ass. Eat that ass.
Don't just look at it.
Right.
Eat it.
You're right. You gotta eat the ass. Hashtag eat that ass. God, I love this movie. Now, oh yeah. God, he looked like Bill Walton or somebody from this basketball player. Are we at the resort now?
I think so, yeah.
This is the resort?
It feels like it.
Because, I mean, we've only got like 10 minutes left in this movie, right? She's reading Moby Dick, because you got to have a water-themed book, right? Yeah. You know? What has he got? What is it, Captain and Coke right there out of the... That's a nice little summer drink. You're right. This is very the mayor, right?
Yeah, he's all decked out.
Sir, the piranhas. What a great sentence. They're eating the guests, sir. Fuck yes. Why is this? That should be right up there with, we're going to have a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. This is amazing. 10-year-old me is terrified in my living room.
Oh, my God.
With my buddy Derek. We probably just finished watching Saturday Night's Main Event. And this came on right after.
Yeah.
You know, and it's now 1:30 in the morning. And he used to go on the boat with us, my buddy Derek. There was another titty shot there. Yeah. Those are kids, aren't they? We can't show that. Maybe not. Maybe it was the adults.
Oh,
Limit 18 people is about to go over. We are no longer to code, folks, but they are eating the guests. Oh my God, that's such a good line. The chaos and the close-ups and the little nibbling and the sound, this just works so good, doesn't it? The colonel just pushed that poor bastard back in the water.
Oh no.
Now, maybe I buried the lead here. I don't know. Look at that great chewing. Oh yeah, let's rub some sand in it. That'll feel good. Had you seen this prior?
No.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
I hadn't even seen a trailer for it.
All right.
So
I didn't think so, and I couldn't remember, but I didn't think so. And so I was very curious if this was going to be something that you thought was good or really terrible. And so I've been looking forward to getting your opinion. We're almost done, so I feel like...
Well, it's a refreshing thing that, like, okay, Corman, like I said earlier, he would see what's popular and make the budget version of it, but he wouldn't make the same film. This isn't Jaws again.
No.
No, not at all. There's no similar... There's a lot of films out there that did, like, get sued for being like a dead carbon copy.
Right.
It's like it takes the same sort of genre or subgenre, but finds something different to do with it. So you can entertain them differently, but still have something that's can familiar associate with something like Jaws.
Right. It's like it's the perfect double feature kind of movie.
Right. Yeah.
You know. Nobody thought to get on these boats
no.
prior to this?
No. Like, I ain't eating through that shit.
No, it's fiberglass.
No.
Yeah, so polluting the water, or they could also do the electrifying, they could electric charge and kill everything.
Yeah.
Those are at least real world solutions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so walking it back just a second.
Yeah.
I know we're not quite done. We're almost done. So, I don't know. What was your impression when you watched it for the first time?
I thought it was inventive. I thought it was good. Again, I like these two leads a lot.
They work really well together. Yeah.
I mean, it's something so much of the time that they feel very natural. It's well written to the point where it's like we don't have over the top dialogue or kind of stupid things happening. They have realistic conversation, and it elicits different elements of character too. So I mean, John Sayles is a very good screenwriter, and it really found the way to make these two leads work so well, and then have Dante cast everything so very well that they have. Like I said, they're contrasty a little bit, but they complement one another so much.
Yeah, when I'm 10 years old, I'm not really thinking about things that,
But, just the fact that,
But
it knows its tools and uses them very, very well to great effect.
And I think those are things that, my initial love of the movie was just based on the story.
Yeah.
And
the terror.
The terror, right. And, the gore, what little of it they ever showed on TBS, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I don't remember. But I remember, as soon as I found out that this was a movie that I could purchase, I was all in. I bought the DVD, and then, Shout Factory did this version.
Couple
they've done it. Yeah, so I think they did a 4K for it.
The Power 4K. Your Steelbook is a 4K remaster on its 1080p disc.
Right, correct. Which I kind of figure is about as good as it's going to get. I've not seen the 4K to compare them.
Surely,
but I can't imagine it's much better.
Yeah.
To the point where I'd want to spend another $30 to replace the Steelbook because I got the cool Steelbook.
Yeah.
And, things like the character development and screen structure, and that, were all just bonuses that I learned
to appreciate as you go along.
Right, later on.
Yeah.
And so, it's one of those things. I think the people out there that are movie people are the types of people. Look at that, so cool. The types of people that learn to appreciate and also, like you said, grow with the movie so that when you see something another time, your third or fourth time, you're not only seeing something new, but you're the type to look for something new.
Yeah.
And
as we were discussing before we hit record this whole thing, you were watching Back to the Future stuff on...
Yeah, I did on my vacation. Yeah, I rewatched the whole trilogy.
And it was just the few times I went back to see it theatrically, a couple of re-releases, I think the last time I saw it, I was I just focused so much on Crispin Glover in the film. It's that's how, I didn't realize just how good he was in the film. So every time you kind of see it, it's like something grabs your attention differently, and you assess it. It's like, man, I didn't really
the whole Back to the Future
gravitate on that so much.
Yeah, the whole trilogy has so many little tiny things in it that are so well crafted and thought out that every time you watch it, you can pick up something little that's new. And I think those movie people out there are the ones that have a thirst for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sadly, we talked over our boy here getting chewed on a little bit. But look, he was able to pollute the water in and at this point, we don't know if he has died or not, if he sacrificed himself, but he was able to accomplish his goal. She's pulling in that slack awfully.
Yeah,
well,
as we find,
Yeah, there it is. Oh, look at that. This feels like a cameo spot. I wonder if this guy's somebody.
No,
you know what I mean? Like he did a favor and it's somebody's kid or somebody, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Nobody that we'd know, just it.
Yeah.
Kind of like how in Jaws, they had Peter Benchley, the author of the book, be the reporter. Yeah. And they also had the mayor in the movie Jaws kind of seeing the carnage, right, and like realizing his mistake.
Surely.
So they kind of copied that a little bit, but it's not...
Taking cues, but not like it doesn't...
Right.
Nothing feels like a carbon copy.
It's no shot for shot.
No.
You know?
And he was never like anything kind of responsive. He wasn't even really... Was he not that much in the know about the whole thing?
Yeah, it wasn't this... Yeah. It wasn't like this, no.
No.
Because at least here, he feels responsible.
Yeah.
You know? Or remorse, or whatever.
Yeah, just like horrified.
Well, I can tell you he was responsible.
You are.
Well, I was going to say it was our girl in the boat. The one who drained the shit.
Sure. But just responsible for breeding this fish and everything.
Right.
I mean, this started off way before.
You created the circumstances.
Yeah.
Love that. Nothing left to fear, and then they show the ocean.
Fucking evil queen here. The red tint, beautiful.
And I love that they leave it at a shot of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's, well, what could be out there yet?
Mm-hmm.
There it goes. Buck Gardner is his name.
Buck Gardner, that's great.
Barbara Steele, I feel like, is somebody, the doctor lady there that just gave the evil eye at the end. I feel like she's been in stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I think this is a perfect creature feature.
Oh, yeah.
It's low budget.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's got great gore. It's got a story.
Bravo teen special makeup.
There you go. Look at you. It felt too good to be just Joe Schmo, you know. The storyline is believable in a way that some of those old, like the black and white when they were showing with the big thing coming out of the water.
It was probably one of those atomic monster movies,
like
the 50s.
Like that kind of shit, you just roll your eyes at and you're like,
Yeah.
Like this has
a grounded sensibility about pouring out from something that feels
real,
natural.
Right.
Feel like, I could buy the government would want to try and do something that'd be like infesting Vietnamese waters to kind of attack the enemy, because there are always a bunch of marshes and stuff like that out in Vietnam. You can work your way into it easily.
Well, right. I mean, you have a logical explanation, and when in doubt,
we're losing a fucking war. Figuring out some.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's over.
Throw some stuff on the wall, see if it works.
The Aqua Arena Springs Resort is a real thing.
Alrighty.
That's interesting. Let's see. Deck Boat, Catalina. I was looking for Hertz Rent-A-Car. I was looking for Coca-Cola. But no special thanks to them. Fuck you.
Fuck them.
Disney, how about them? We showed your shit. There's Piranha Productions. There's a sense of, like, when in doubt, blame the government. You can have that.
Yeah, sure.
That's
still prevalent for quite some time in horror.
Right. You can just write that into any story, and all of a sudden you have a reason to believe. You know.
I was been milking Vietnam for at least the next 10, 15 years.
Of course. So, So I don't know. This brings me back to my childhood. I think it's wonderful. Yeah. And it was an excuse to do the remake, which we're going to do next, and I'm so excited. Because, damn it, it's fun. All right.
And interesting enough, we're doing this shortly before the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
Yes, we are.
Did this one.
So
right before that.
It's full circle,
very
baby.
Appropriate.
Full circle.
So, guys, thanks much, and see you along next time.
All right, bye-bye.